Craig Mullerstone, and I am a volunteer with ISTE. In my volunteer role, I am the program chair for the remote ISTE program.
I'm Dawn Colavita, and I am currently secretary of the SIG IBC, which is a special interest group for IBC. And so I've been helping with remote ISTE along with a lot of other activities here that are related to SIG IBC.
Pam Lloyd, and I'm the director for GCI School Access.
My name is Paul Hieronymus. I work for a consortium of school districts called NORTH, the Northern Ohio Research and Training Technology Hub, and I am a volunteer here at ISTE. I am chairman of video conferencing operations, and I help make the video conferences work here at the conference.
Remote ISTE is a program that the Special Interest Group for Video Conferencing, SIG IBC, developed to extend the conference beyond the walls of the conference center, of the convention center, to try to encourage more people to come to the conference. And then we also use it to demonstrate best practices in video conferencing, for teachers, for administrators, for staff, and the like.
Remote ISTE, I think, is an opportunity for sites, the teachers and people at different sites around the country who either can't get to ISTE for economical reasons, or they've never been, which I think is the bigger one, and it gives them a flavor of them. They get to taste a keynote session, they get to participate in a workshop, they get to participate in a concurrent session, and then today Jan and I were around at the playground and the poster session and interviewing people, which was tons of fun, by the way. And so it really kind of just gives them just a little bit of a taste, and our hope is that they got excited about what they did and said, you know what, we just really need to be there next year.
So I have an engineering background, and I worked for a school district starting in 1994, and we did a lot of video conferencing. And I developed an expertise in the area and a reputation in the northwestern part of the U.S. In 2004, ISTE had a special focus on video conferencing, and I was one of the volunteers who was called in to ask to help make it happen. And so 2004, 2005, 2006, I was the video conferencing operations coordinator for ISTE, a volunteer position. And then in 2007, we began the remote ISTE program.
Craig is an incredibly good organizer. He understands technology. He's able to pull pieces together. And the other thing is that Craig has a vision, and he pushes us further sometimes than we want to go, but it's always good. He's a delight to work with.
He does a very nice job of organizing the event, and that's one of our fun projects that we do in the SIG.
Craig is willing to take risks and learn, whatever it needs to happen to make it work. And he's very analytical. He's got an engineering background, and that's really where his forte is in problem solving and working things out until he can get it fixed.
I like video conferencing because it's a rich media. It brings people together in both an audio and visual format, and it really makes you feel like you're together.
To do their best work, you have to give them purpose.
That's a spotlight session, and they have Alan November is giving his presentation to the live audience as well as the 3 remote sites. But what makes it exciting for us is that instead of us just putting our camera next to the recording in the mixer, we are integrating our system into the video piece. He's in a video conference, so in a little bit the remote sites will have a chance to ask him questions, and he'll be able to answer them.
We went to the playground session. We actually went to the virtual environment playground to give people a flavor of playgrounds. And what we did there was we had the person who was in charge of that playground, Scott Merrick, and he talked to the remote sites. And Jan, my partner in crime, a roving reporter, she asked him some questions. And then we went to this afternoon. We went to the student showcase, and we were able to pull in 2 sets of students that had actually applied for and were presenting at the poster session. And also I found a lovely lady, Stephanie from Texas, who was kind of the man on the street. She was a first grade teacher, and got to ask her questions as to why did she come to the poster session, what did she hope to gain, why did she come to ISTE, would she come back again, had it been her first year, and that kind of thing.
And also what will help me is there are a lot of people in this room who we live all across the country, but we regularly are in video conference events with each other, and I know these folks. Without having to have them in Alaska and without only seeing them once a year, you really are able to build a sense of community and relationships using the technology.